So foam rollering is getting more and more popular these days. What does it actually do?
It's essentially like just having a massage. Go to see the therapist, they do lots of release techniques, you feel relaxed, you feel more flexible, you feel more energetic coming out of a massage, and it's just like that. Put a technical context and a name to foam rolling, and we call it myofascial release. So what we're looking at there is myo is muscle, fascial is fascia, the connective tissue that joins essentially the body together. And by rolling, we're just changing the tension and the adhesion between the interfaces of the muscle and the layers of fascia to create a release.
Okay, so I probably won't be the first one to say this, but it really hurts when you do certain areas. Is all that pain normal?
We've got to look at, in this case, the discomfort that we get from rolling, which I've got to say from time to time is pretty horrible, as a positive. That the more pain that we have when we're rolling to start with, the more potential we can release, the more rolling we do. So to put it into context, the more we do, the less it will hurt. It's a bit like brushing your teeth. Get rid of the plaque on your teeth, we have good dental hygiene. If we roll every day, we have good fascial and myofascial hygiene. It gets us moving better, it gets us more flexible, it enhances the way that we can ultimately function within the muscular and the fascial units. Take running as an example. If we have a shut down suspension system, and what I mean by that is if the calves and the quads aren't working properly, every foot stripe is going to be suboptimal. You're not going to have a good bounce, and ultimately then we put a big load on tissue stress, release the potential, and then we increase the ability to bounce, to bound, and ultimately run more freely.
One of the things that I always hear really whenever I mention foam rollering is that people foam roller their ITBs, and that tends to be the area that gets mentioned straight away. Is all of the pain in that area worth it, and what is the benefit of actually foam rollering the ITB itself?
Ooh, the dreaded ITB. I think the only thing I can correlate to ITB and foam rolling is just an immense amount of pain. Now, we did talk a minute ago about foam rolling being an uncomfortable experience, but I don't think I'd give an ITB release to my worst enemy. It's something that is very, very overdone. It's something that I believe shouldn't be given, but the reason it shouldn't be given is we must understand that the IT band should have a good element of tension with it. If it's overly tight, then we've either got a training error or physically we're being restricted by the structures that surround and influence the ITB. So what we must have is the ability to look at what's tight around the IT band and release those structures in order to create a natural release to the IT band. So rather than rolling the IT band like a rolling pin and trying to make the IT band longer, and by chance of making it longer, we're then creating problems, because actually the IT band is there for stability and security, to stop for too much lateral movement itself. We must look at the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower leg, and see which is tight and which needs rolling out and which is influencing the IT band, and release all of that. So rolling the IT band for me is a little bit of a misnomer, and within the fact or fiction questions, IT band and foam rolling, fiction.
Okay. So what will your session actually cover in regards to the foam rolling techniques?
We're going to expand pretty much on the stuff that we've just talked about within this little video blog. We're going to understand the basics of the fascial system, and how a shutdown fascial system, the connective tissue within the body, can influence on performance and recovery. And once we've covered the theory of the fascial system, we're then going to do a practical session. So there's going to be lots of moaning and groaning within that, but ultimately at each stage of the session we will do some test and retest, and I really want to show you the benefits of how rolling can help you as a pre-activity and also as a recovery activity.
Excellent. Look forward to it.